hello there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. I'm Bushka on Blitz. Welcome back to channel. Today, I want to have a little chat to you about some stuff that's been going on for me lately. Setup and controls within the game, and a couple of little things like that that have really been putting me off the pace of late. I got a new iPad. Now, my old iPad was dying. It was basically stopping. It had stopped responding. It wasn't terribly good with the right-hand side of the screen. The touch was really, really screwed. So I went and got myself a brand new iPad Pro 12.9. And this has really put a slowdown on my tanking. And it's not because I can't play the game anymore. It's because I'm just not quite good enough to get what I really want out of the vehicles. And it's really frustrating me at the present. You can see my control setup at the moment is very odd. It's not my normal setup. And I'm trying to play a right-hand claw setup where my thumb is doing the aiming and my right-hand pointer finger is pressing the fire button. Blitz isn't really set up particularly well for that. The interface is pretty clunky. You can't have the buttons float free wherever you want them on the screen. And I already play a claw setup on PUBG Mobile, and playing it on Blitz puts the fire buttons and the zoom and everything in different positions than they normally are in on PUBG Mobile, and it just makes it extra hard for me to get it to work. And I tried to make this work, and this is probably the most successful game I had playing like this bastardized version of my normal claw, and it wasn't great. And the reason I'm having such a struggle with this is the iPad Pro is enormous. Now, if you're in the market for a new iPad, if I could do one thing, it would be to recommend that you don't get the 12.9, that you actually get the smaller version, because it's just an absolute arseload of screen space, and it really has created a bit of an issue that I didn't foresee, that my control method is just not very bloody good, and it's slowed the content down because I'm trying to get back to where I was previously with my gameplay, and it's been really, really annoying. And in these next two games, you're going to see it doesn't show the fire buttons because these are replays, but you're going to get the idea. It's still not fluid, and it's still not there. And I want you to bear with me for a bit, because I do love doing replays. Like, I do love using replays from the player base, but at the same time, I don't want to just be a channel where I just use replays from the player base. I want to actually value add, and everyone knows I've played more Blitz games than most people. There's certainly a small percentage, a very, very small part of a percentage out there, I'd reckon, that have played more. But for all that, I would hate for me just to become, a Jingles or something where I don't really have any gameplay myself anymore. I really want to still be involved with the game because I enjoy playing the game, and it's been really frustrating for me to go through this. It's been wholly unexpected too. I didn't think it was going to be nearly as hard as it has been. And it's not so much just the aiming, it's the missing the button in the clutch moments when you pull out to take a shot and they don't know you're there, and then as you actually line the shot up, you miss the button with your right hand, and suddenly they see you, so you have to pull back without taking a shot, and all you've done is let the enemy know that you're there without actually even shooting the gun. Or when you're angling and you can't quite get that fine motor control down, and you just over angle the tank and you just get hit in the side when you absolutely shouldn't get hit in the side. And it's a very, very frustrating thing. It's worse for knowing exactly what you want to do but not being able to make it happen. And it really makes me have a lot of sympathy for the guys and girls out there who play on very low-end devices with very poor... this is an example. Like, I just stopped there. Instead of hitting that shot on the move, I don't have the confidence. And watch the over angle up here, I think, in just a second. Yeah, this, look at the angle on that. That's too big. It's too big an angle. Like, normally that'd be money for Jam. It'd be a much sharper angle. There's no way they would actually be able to get that waffle tractor shot in, but I just don't have it at the moment. And it's very frustrating. So that's why there's been a little bit of a slowdown of content. I'm still playing Blitz. I just haven't been having many good games. And that's the first time in my entire Blitz career that that's happened, where I'm playing Blitz and I'm not just clocking 5k games in sessions. I'm not just having big games where you have massive Kolobatovs and carries, where you put enough time in and you get these things happening. It's been a matter of really drawing blood out of the stone. This is probably the most fun game, actually, come to think, not the 62A one of late. And it's in an FV422, and you're going to see a couple of moments where I think you'll get exactly what I'm talking about. Bits that work, just completely work, and then other bits where you'll just see me do things that look almost inexplicable if you didn't understand where I was coming from with regards to the controls. And I've given up on the claw idea. It just doesn't work. Like, I think one of the reasons I can do it on PUBG is I came to that with no preconceived muscle memory with regard to the actual layout of the controls. So it was learning the game itself, and it didn't have ingrained. But I've had my fire button and my zoom button in the same place for like 55,000 games, and that's really kind of hard to stop remembering how to play like that. So I want you to have a little bit of faith in me, boys and girls. I'll be back, bigger and better than ever, brighter, sunnier, shinier, and I'll be doing my level best to make sure bad things happen to good people. No, that's not right. Good things happen to bad people. Oh, well done there, Bushka. Just pushing the gun up in the air so that big dog there in the ST1 actually hit the gun. That was very, very handy. Look at him. He's keen. He's smashed me. Nah, that's right. Eat that. Love it. It's a lot slower. That's what I think is really catching me out. I'm playing a lot slower and a lot more methodical. There's no real... Oh, I mean, that shot was just... it wasn't there, but, you know, I don't think I even meant to press the button. It'll come good, and hopefully I'll come good. It's been a hell of a time. It's been really frustrating, but thanks for sticking with me. I'm going to chuck a couple of replays up in the next few days and talk through those that are good tactical things as well, so we can maybe use them as teaching moments. Thanks everyone who's been contributing to the channel of late, sending in the replays. Thanks everyone who's been taking part in the live streams. We've had 300 odd people in most of them. And until next time, look after yourselves and stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now.